Hello everyone, Blue Star Saber here once again to do another One Piece chapter review, chapter 1071, also known as The Heroes Deploys. Let's see, before we begin, let's see, this chapter follows off from the last one in which I believe the Seraphim have given control to CP0 and all that stuff, and Kizaru is on his way. How the Straw Hats deal with it? Well, we're about to find out and all that stuff. But yeah. Let me just double check to see that was the actual. Let's see. Summary of the last one. That's correct. Sorry. But before we begin, I'm going to talk about the One Piece cover and all that stuff. This time it's the Straw Hats. Let's see, all gathered together, celebrating and all that stuff. Probably for the new year. And they're all wearing red and white or a mix of the colors. Particularly Nami, Chuitsi, and Robin, and Robin. Also with Uta in the middle to match her like hair color stuff. It's a sort of another cover homage to the One Piece film Red. Luffy is a mix of his shorts are red, shirt is white, and anyways it's kind of like Gear Fifth and all that stuff. But yeah, you got Zoro, Sanji, Frankie, and Usopp fully in red with just only little bits of white. Chopper, Brook, and Luffy and Jinbei, a mix of white and red, and Nami and Robin fully in white and all that stuff. So yeah, it's kind of nice colors. They'll match with what you expect, but yeah, it's a pretty good double panel. And it seems that the Uta hype is still about. At least who knows. We'll probably see a bit more. Whether or not we'll see more of her covers now, who knows? I mean, that movie's now probably a bit old now, but yeah. But anyway, we finally find out what happened with Bartholomew Kuma as the chapter begins. He's flying to the red port at the base of the lead line, shocking the civilians and all that stuff, wondering where he came from, as they realize he's, the celestial slave and all that stuff, and about how he recently escaped from the land of gods. And an announcement tells everyone to move, from the area as everyone's running away as Kuma starts getting up. As the announcement arrives that Kuma is here and all that stuff. And the Marines are after him, and every citizen believes, well, it's dangerous, and while he might be supposedly a slave to celestial dragons, he no longer has a human will of his own, and we have no idea what his current programming is. Now I will admit, this surprised me. I didn't expect Kuma to, be arriving at the red line. I figured he'd be going to Egghead to rescue Bonnie from Rob Lucci. Instead, he has gone back to the celestial dragons and was climbing up there. Anyway, doing the same as Fisher Tiger or arguably the giant robot that we just talked about. So they're mirroring each other. Now, what he's doing there, who knows? Either he needs to climb over there to get to Egghead, or he's going directly to the Celestial Dragons and threaten them to save his daughter's life or something. I mean, that's what I think some of the theories are, but whatever the case, it'll be very interesting to see where Kuma goes. For, the Celestials might order him to be their slave again, but then he just, pummels them or something. But yeah, it'll be an interesting thing to see what happens to Kuma. I still expect the Straw Hats to meet him again and all that stuff. But anyway, we cut back to the Egg Future Island, where the world government, where the CP0 agents are ordering the Cyberpol to capture Vegapunk and all that stuff, and not letting anyone escape the island, and even destroy the ships they must. And Rob Lucci talking about how they have to control the Seraphim, but I wonder how they're going to drag him out from the dome and all that stuff. Let's see. With Kaku agreeing how much of it's a difficult task. The Stussy talking to Rob Bellucci wondering why he's not listening to the Navy, and he reveals that he does not view Straw Hat as an emperor, which is just like, oh boy, and all that stuff. And well, that is interesting. I've seen quite a few comments like this, like, how dare Rob Lucci disrespect Luffy and all that stuff. But well, others are saying like, this makes sense and all that stuff because, well, Luffy just got the position, and still probably skeptical, like the Admiral Ritsu Ryuku and all that stuff, who tried to apprehend Straw Hat but would not go against Kaido or Shanks. So despite Luffy's new status, there are those who don't really want to fully accept him as a Yonko yet. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this, Rob Lucci has no choice but to admit that Luffy's a Yonko. You'd think he would, given the fact that Luffy easily kind of beat him in their last fight just now. So yeah. Let's see. Anyway, I believe Shaka ends up commenting about how CP0's got them boxed in stuff, and if they're not careful, they won't be able to escape with any ships and all that stuff, and they can't use the Vega Force 1 to fly outside the island's boundaries and all that stuff. Let's see. Thinking that they have planned a very deadly strategy against us. Of course, you've got Lilith there who just wants to go out and fight them. With hold on a second. I believe that one is Paphagosus telling them that telling her to calm down and they shouldn't be able to get here. Vegapunk, the original one, or I believe Stella, is saying that there's no way to avoid fighting now and escape. York is just eating something back to her sort of chubby self, wondering if what's going on and all that stuff. And the Shaka is telling Lilith not to go off on a rescue and get any offense, while Edison has come up with a new idea, and you get Lilith sort of arguing about how why not fighting and all that stuff. But Shaka points out that their goal as satellite is to make certain that that the main body, Stella, of Vegapunk, is safe, and even if it means losing their lives and all that stuff. So don't go, and tells her not to, satisfy her own selfish needs, and she sort of, sort of teases and argues against him, like, I'm not going to listen to a good boy and all that stuff, and doesn't really like him being such a sort of goody-goody two-shoes, but Shaka doesn't mind, and I really do like the sort of dynamic you have with the, Vegapunks here and all that stuff. Lilith is just always around to go and pick a fight, while you have I believe Paphagos trying to calm her down, while Shaka is pretty much saying, no, Lilith, not going all recklessly and all that stuff. So yeah, it's like him being the responsible one, her the troublemaker, and sort of the clash between the good and evil side of Vegapunk, really. It's like it's like I can't stand you, you goody two-shoe thing, but yeah. But I also do find it funny how just Edison just has a new idea while York just is just too busy eating. But anyway, we then cut to the next bit here where Vegapunk's comments about how how he feels sorry for Santamaro and sort of blames how, due to his loyalty to him, he ended up in the state and all that stuff. With Paphagos is revealing to us that apparently Vegapunk has another ally to the island that they can call on, but Edison says not to do it, as this ally would mean being driven out of their home, and the world government now would be targeting all that stuff. But while they're having this conversation, the main Vegapunk, Stella, ends up just talking to this mysterious person and asking for help and all that stuff. With the two Vegapunks are just in a conversation, satellites just in the conversation, just being shocked by just how nonchalant he is about begging for his own, hesitating not beg for his own life. As the person says that, yes, of course, I've been waiting for this moment. And that Vegapunk ends up saying how they're getting out of here now. Let's see, with Edison thinking that as long as CP0 are out of the picture, they should be able to escape easily. And they just need to take a ride with, like, the Straw Hats. With Lilith saying how she'll just, let's see, escort them with Vega Force 1, which Shaka approves, but she's just saying, I'm not taking orders from you and all that stuff. While Vegapunk ends up saying, Escap's talking to the Straw Hat about a request about taking all 7 aboard of them. Usopp is shocked by this, and Nami's against it. Sanji says, I don't care as long as Lilith here, and Frankie's like, yes! Oh, journey with all the 7 of the set Vegapunks and all that stuff, while Robin just calmly looks on and all that stuff, but yeah. Anyway, I do like how let's see, you got the main Vegapunk, let's see, being, let's see, showing his care for Sentomaru and all that stuff. Given the fact that he was his loyal bodyguard, and let's see, it's probably because of him that he is, in serious debt trouble right now and all that stuff. But yeah. But he's at the same time, he's also nonchalantly asking for just nonchalant about asking for help when needed, which even shocks the other Vegapunks, particularly Edison and Paragraph, who ended up debating about this secret ally and all that stuff. Let's see whether or not to use this ally's help and all that stuff. So yeah. I do like let's see, so yeah. And I do also like the little bit more further banter about with Lilith and let's see, Shaka when Lilith comes up with a good idea, but let's see, Shaka saying I approve, and even then she still wants to argue against him. But it's very interesting about this secret ally. Many people have been guessing what it is. Some think it's, of course, that one. Let's see, Roger, that one member of the Roger Pirates. Let's see, the one that everyone's just trying to figure out where he is and all that stuff. Let's see, I believe it's Scooper Goblin, I believe. Let's see, other than that, some think it's Jaguar the Soul, just because, well, he's been referenced by Robin and all that stuff a few chapters recently, so might be a bit of a stretch. I'm not sure what he would be able to do against the CP0 agents and all that stuff. I have no idea who it is, but I assume it is probably some character that we know, though if it's one that we've probably heard of, let's see, we might probably need to be, they probably might need a bit of an upgrade. I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out to be another Lunarian and all that stuff, so yeah. But it seems like whoever this ally is, he's willing to get in, he or she is willing to pick a fight with the world government to hit Vegapunk. I do like how the Straw Hats crew's reaction to, like, it fits in their characters and what we've seen so far with them when it comes to Vegapunk. Usopp being just shocked in general. Frankie, of course, being on board. Nami looks like too much of a ass, so I'm concerned for her own crew's safety. And Sanji, of course, Lilith. Let's see, because he has a crush on Lilith, even though that Lilith is technically a clone of some sort of clone of Vegapunk. And all that stuff, I guess, let's see, it's enough to I guess, but she's different enough to deviate from Sanji to realize to not get affected by that. So yeah. It's like, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, We cut back to like inside the lab where Bonnie is now angry at Vegapunk for not only what happened to her father, but with the whole bug incident. And then just Destructs just being shocked, but now she's mad about the bug incident. And Luffy trying to stop her from getting angry as he's promised to save Vegapunk. But while that happens, the lab system defenses have been deactivated. Shocking, like the Vegapunks, like wondering who did that. With Lilith wondering it's someone in the control room, but Paphagos doesn't know who it is. With Lord Lucci just shocked what the heck is going on. And Kaku points out that the barriers are down, so it's an opportunity to strike, but Rob Lucci thinks that it must be some sort of trap, as it's no way there's something this convenient can happen too much. But they end up flying past, and they are not affected by any of the defense things. With Kaku commenting on it's a golden opportunity, while let's see, Rob Lucci ends up thinking that it's like a let's see, the heavens have forsaken him. We'll start commenting now on the Straw Hats pirate, wondering if that's the Straw Hats pirate ship, which it is, as you see the giant robot. With Rob Lucci realizing why they didn't see the ship sooner, orders like for it to be destroyed, which Kaku does and attempts to do. Well, he attempts to do with the Stormleg Sky Slicer, but Zoro, who is napping, wakes up, draws his blade, cuts the attack, with Kaku wondering what's going on. So fully waking up and just looking at them saying, who dares disturb his nap? And Kaku is just shocked by that Zoro is here and all that stuff. First off, I just see out of this panels, I like the fact that Bonnie is just also just mad about the bugs, seemingly blaming Vegapunk for that as well, even though it was technically her own fault. But yeah, it's just like, let's see, Vegapunk can't win with this one because it's like she's just getting madder and madder and madder at him. Despite Luffy's protests, how he's trying to rescue Vegapunk. It does make me wonder if they're going to clash in the future, but who knows? From what I can tell since the early chapter, that might not be the case. But yeah. But it's interesting the fact that that the defense barrier has been taken down. This is like the worst possible thing. It's led to many people suspecting that one of the Vegapunks has done it. The likely suspects appear to be Lilith because, well, she's evil. Shaka because, while he's good, he's also logical and probably thinks it's the best way to escape. Or it is, of course, the main body doing something. But yeah, but I don't know. It seems a bit weird because, well, why would they do this? Because like the Vegapunk's lives are in danger. For we know, it might also be that hidden ally or something else. But at the moment, it's a bit of a mystery that we hope that Oda will reveal and explain more in time, but I guess for now we'll just have to wait and see what they do. But anyway, the main thing is here with like I do like how Rob Lucci is just being cautious at the thing and only into it after once they get close to destroy its ship. They say that okay, yeah, we're fine. And all this Kaku to destroy it, and it's like we're getting another rematch here, people, but this time with Kaku versus Zoro, and I do like how Zoro's just sleeping. And then he just draws his blade, just angry being disturbed at his nap. And let's see. And I see Kaku is now using more of his kicks than just any kind of sword thing. But I do like the shocked face when he sees Zoro again. It's like, this is arguably Zoro's first rematch against a long-time foe and all that stuff. Luffy's had quite a few, but now, including just recently, but now it's Kaku versus Zoro. Alright, so... Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, anyway, Paphagos is able to get the dome back up, but Zero P0's inside. With Shaka to come renting out they're too late. Realizing they're going after the Straw Hat ship. Though at the moment, let's see, one of their ship's guards is keeping it at bay, but they must hurry and assist them before their means of escape is blocked, and we do see a bit of a clash between Zoro and Kaku here. So it's like kick versus sword. In many ways, it's kind of like Zoro versus Sanji, but let's see, unlike that fight, you'll never see it's against more of an old enemy and all that stuff. And this is probably someone Zoro won't mind cutting down fully, though granted he probably do it the same with Sanji, but of course Zoro does have some care of Sanji, rather not ever admit it. I do like how Lilith is just going around about how she's getting her wish and drawing the gun ready to fight and all that stuff. So yeah, she really is a bad girl. Probably shouldn't say that out of context, but yeah. But anyway, Luffy's finally reunited with like the rest of the Straw Hat group. And he is shocked because, well, they just recently got here, but Usopp points out that this is a government island. Well, Chopper's commenting about the noise outside and all that stuff. And with like Usopp and Nami trying to comment how like he saw Rob Lucci and all that stuff. So it's like, yeah, this is dangerous. So even if Luffy's a match for him. But Luffy this then realizes that Barney's missing and asks where her are. And Robin also mentions how the original Vegapunk is missing. And we see Vegapunk being chased by Barney, trying to explain himself. But Barney's giving him forcing him to answer the question. Can you turn her father back? Yes or no? Let's see, no, I mean you're deaf and all that stuff. But let's see. Vegapunk reveals that he can't, but there's a good reason for it. So, yeah. I do like how the Vegapunks are just like satellites are just, let's see, analyzing the situation outside, but they just don't realize the actual danger that the main body Stella is in with Bonnie and all that stuff. But yeah. But I do like how Lilith is just ready to go in a fight, and I did like that little panel of Zoro fighting Kaku, but hopefully there'll be a bit more next chapter, even though I've already seen the next chapter, but yeah. But yeah, so due to the early releases and spoilers, so yeah, you gotta be careful online if you don't want to get spoiled. But yeah. I do like how Luffy is just like, no, I don't want to leave. I just go on this island. It's fun and all that stuff. But everyone's pointing out the dangerous situation they are in. You know, the fact that it's a world government and Rob Lucci is back. With not, let's see, but it's, I do like how Robin's the one to realize that. that it's that the main Vegapunk is missing. And it's quite funny, that little chase thing, because it kind of reminds me of like a sort of Tom and Jerry thing. Given how Barney is whacking what appears to be a hammer or a pole stick or some sort, ready to beat the daylights out of Vegapunk, and gives him an ultimatum: cure her father or die and all that stuff, because, well, that's all she cares about, and that's what she's been hyping up for the last few chapters and all that stuff. We've seen her. But it's interesting how Vegapunk says that he can't really turn him back, but there's a good reason why he did what he did to him and all that stuff. So I'm curious to see where that leads. Let's see. Granted, we don't. Let's see. So yeah. So it'll be a mystery. But the most obvious answer is that Kuma sacrificed himself so Barney could live, which I think will break her. But who knows? That will be. We'll just have to. Whoops. On a second. Let's see. Just need to refresh my chapter pages, but yeah, so it's interesting to see where that will lead. Granted, I don't think the main body's going to be Vegapunk's going to die against Bonnie's hands. Whether or not he does die or not, I have yet to find out, but we'll see and all that stuff. But yeah. But anyway, we then stretch to a different part of the New World, in which we see a pirate. We see the Kid pirate ship next to a giant fish and all that stuff, with Killer just looking at a piece of pipe and all that stuff, and asking Kid, let's see, that they've reached an island, and ask if they should disembark. But of course, Kid said, "Shall we?" and all that stuff. Wondering why his crewmate is asking a question, because he's never turned back down from an island. But Kira is certain that this island is the home of the giants Elbaf, and you can see Kid getting a bit nervous in the face around that stuff. So yeah. So it's interesting to see Oda starting to go around different parts of like the One Piece world here, if you will, and all that stuff, and doing like he did with Law, but this time with Kid. And the fact that he got to Elbaf first, which many people would see, depending on how you feel of Kid, you know, like, yes, Kid, go for it, make your move, make your impression, recruit giants to your army and all that stuff. Be the rival for Luffy, or like, oh, what you're doing here, Kid? You're gonna get your butt whipped and all that stuff by a bunch of giants and all that stuff. But yeah, but I'm curious to see where. But it does seem to lead to the fact that, okay, Elbaf might actually be the next island, and we're seeing Kid here and all that stuff, so who knows? Whether or not, we'll see others here. Some are predicting Shanks, some Blackbeards, some Marines, I don't know, but either way, let's see, all the others being pretty unpredictable with these things, but I'm loving it, even though I think some people probably guessed. But yeah. Let's see. It's interesting how the crew, how the Kid pirates are a bit cautious on this island, because normally Kid is just cocky and confident that every island he's gone to. But given the fact that this is the giants, the biggest creatures on the planet, not to humanoid type creatures, and not to mention their size and strength. And the see that even the world government dares not really directly fight them and all that stuff. He is a bit nervous of going there, but who knows? But yeah, we'll see Elbaf and probably arguably this Prince Loki and all that stuff, and we'll see how Kid plays effect into this thing. Probably now he might team up with Luffy again reluctantly. But yeah. But anyway, the double panel, we end with a double paneled spread back at G14 base with Dahl arguing with Vice Admiral Garp and all that stuff. Let's see, just as the G14 Marines are setting sail to Egghead and all that stuff. Let's see, with just Garp just laughing about the whole thing about what's going on. Well, she's not having it since, like, he's picking a fight with an emperor, and he's like, let's see, and asking whether or not she had permission from the top brass, and Garp saying, like, why would I need that? And she's like, how long have you served the Marines for? Though he's fine, and as he tells her that he's already here, and she's shocked by that. But anyway, you have Garp announcing to Heppono to get out of here. Let's see, with like Heppono wondering if that's actually with some members of the Marines wondering if that's a pirate asking for let's see for Heppono and all that stuff. Let's see as Garp continues about how they're just about to step. Whoops. Whereas someone points out that it's Vice Admiral Garp, and he's just crying in tears, just begging Garp. Just happy to see him and asking him to help Koby as he's being kidnapped by Blackbeard. And there wasn't anything that he could do, but Garp tells him to quit crying and all that stuff, and tells him to get on board as they're going to sail to the pirate island of Fullerlad, which is, the capital of Blackbeard's territory, as he plans to wipe the floor of those pirates and rescue Koby with Heppono and, of course, the new girl who cared for Koby, Commander Habari and all that stuff. Let's see, just crying and thanking Vice Admiral Garp that the fact that he's going to go save their friend, ending the chapter and all that stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, we're getting it's nice to know that we're learning that G14 is actually one of the Marines that is heading to Marineford, so who knows? There might be a reunion between Zoro and Dashiki for those fans, but yeah. We just see Smoker back, but yeah. It'll be interesting to see which Marines are actually going to be here, and we'll see what kind of battle that Egghead will end up being and all that stuff, so yeah. No, I do like the sort of dynamic between Doll and Garp, and she's having none of his carefree attitude in a serious situation, and he's just so nonchalant about it, particularly about the fact that he didn't even ask permission to pick a fight with Blackbeard, and this has got everyone hyped like Blackbeard versus Garp, a fight people didn't expect, but a hype for it nevertheless, because it's like the Rock's flashbacks are probably going to come and all that stuff, but yeah. And they're all excited and hoping that, let's see, whatever the case is, there'll be an epic fight. But I think they're predicting that Blackbeard will win just to hype up the fight between him and Luffy. But yeah. But anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a similar reason why he went to Godvar in the first place. But yeah. But yeah. I do like how Hepnal and what's her name? Habari, who many are predicting is Akaino's daughter and all that stuff, just happy that someone is actually answering their pleas to go help Kobe and that stuff, and it's none other than Garp. And I do like the sort of mentor-student-like relationship the two have. I wonder if, let's see, now granted, I'm not sure if Garp will bite the dust bucket, but I could see it being used to grow Kobe up a bit, and also a way for Luffy to be enraged with Blackbeard that he wants to beat the living daylights. But I have a feeling that all three generations of the Monkey D family will reunite. So, yeah, there's that, and it'll be funny. But, yeah, I do like how Garp's moral sense of justice will make him risk it all just to save a friend. Just because, well, he disobeys his own, his own government's authority of staying put, and even in real life. But, yeah. Guy can't catch a break, but yeah. But anyway, my phone to All Might, but yeah, sorry about that, but yeah. So yeah, that's about sums up the entire chapter. Overall, I think it's a pretty good one. Let's see, let's see all sorts of twists in terms of expecting and all that stuff, like I didn't see Kuma climbing the red line, even though it makes perfect sense. You have Rob Lucci not counting Luffy as a Yonko, the disrespect he has there. Let's see, this hidden ally, who that is, bringing up some more mysteries and all that stuff, and the argument, the debate, the interactions with like the other satellites, particularly against Shaka and Lilith, who wants her to calm down and give her orders. Well, she just wants to fight and doesn't want to listen to him. I don't like the Straw Hats' reactions to who's joining them and all that stuff. Let's see, the revelation that apparently Vegapunk cannot, let's see, cure Kuma, but has a reason for, as Barney's chasing him as he's trying to run for his life. Kid arriving on Elbaf, showing the sort of rifle that's a bit of ahead of Luffy. And, of course, the biggest surprise of all is the fact that Garp's going to fight Blackbeard. I expect him to lose by pretty much, expect probably at least somewhat of a decent fight. And whether or not Blackbeard is still, on that pirate island right now, or if he's just too busy fighting Law, we'll just have to wait and see. It would be interesting to see if Garp interacts with Law. And who knows? He might end up asking about the D, but yeah. But yeah, this is probably the perfect time to get a Rocks flashback to that, or at least when it actually happens. But yeah. Overall, I think I'll give this a sort of 9 out of 10 chapter with all the twists and turns. I can't really think of anything to complain about, but I'm probably sure there's probably one or two skeptical things I might have had. But yeah, either way, a pretty good chapter. I'm looking forward to reviewing the next one when it's officially out. So for those who end up listening to this review, I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. Thank you for joining me, and now goodbye.